My son has been coming with us to play Commander at our local game store, but he hasn't been having a lot of fun. He loves his Ur-Dragon deck and his Brea Treasures deck that I gave him for Christmas. But they're both very complicated, and he just wants something simple. Something easy for him to play, but still powerful. We discussed it, and because red is his favorite color, we settled on a Goblins deck. And who better than the king of all goblins himself, Purphoros. I'm kidding. But Purphoros, God of the Forge, is a beast of a goblin commander. He's an indestructible 4-mana 6/5 god that stays an enchantment unless your devotion to red is 5 or greater. For only 3 mana, Purphoros increases the power of all of our creatures by 1. He also deals 2 damage to each opponent every time a creature enters the battlefield under our control, which is the part we really care about. So we don't have any flicker effects because we're in red, but we do have lots of spells that create multiple goblin tokens, and even goblins that enter or leave that create more goblin tokens. We also have the ability to increase damage in red for fairly cheap. But before we get started, we should keep in mind our checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Just a heads up, this list is about $100. We're mostly there, but some of the cards are fluctuating in price, so I'm not sure how long it'll stay around that price. I will have some upgrades at the end of the video if you're wanting to make this deck more powerful. To start, let's take a look at spells that create goblins. We've got Dragon Fodder, Krenko's Command, Hordling Outburst, Empty the Warrens, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, Goblin Assault, Goblin Rally, and the card with the best flavor text in all of Magic, Goblin Offensive. Seriously, it's glorious. Just read it. For goblins that make other goblins, we've got Battlecry Goblin, Goblin Instigator, Mog War Marshal, Krenko 10 Street Kingpin, Legion War Boss, Krenko Mob Boss, Siege Gang Commander, and Goblin Marshal. For synergies with our goblins, we're running Goblin Chieftain, Goblin King, Goblin Matron, and Goblin War Chief. And to round things out, we've got Impulsive Pilferer, Conspicuous Snoop, Goblin Chain Whirler, Goblin Ringleader, and Brash Taunter. Finally, I'm testing out Molten Echoes to see how well it does in this deck. It may be great, but we've only got about 20 goblins that aren't tokens, so who knows. The payoffs for our goblins include Impact Tremors as a mini Purphoros effect, Dictate of the Twin Gods and Gratuitous Violence for damage doublers, Cavalcade of Calamity, and Torbrand, Thane of Red Fell. Any one of these and we start dealing a lot more damage. 2 or more of them, and it's basically game over for our opponents. Our deck is very focused on dealing as much damage as possible, so we had to cut some of our interaction. We did keep Goblin Trashmaster, Chaos Warp, Abrade, Goblin Bombardment, Tybalt's Trickery, and Byforce, though. Our board wipes consist of Blasphemous Act and the new Structured Assault. For card advantage, we have Reckless Impulse, Outpost Siege, Valakut Exploration, Hazoret's Monument, Endless Atlas, Tormenting Voice, Thrill of Possibility, Unexpected Windfall, and Magus of the Wheel. Our mana ramp package consists of Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Fire Diamond, Skirk Prospector, Mind Stone, Wayfarer's Bauble, Worn Power Stone, Thrawn Dynamo, Hedron Archive, Mana Geyser, Brightstone Ritual, Seething Song, Runaway Steamkin, and Solemn Simulacrum. Finally, a Myriad Landscape for additional ramp, and 36 mountains. So let's take a look at our list and see how we did. 52 mana sources, a little high, but some are rituals, so that's to be expected. 9 pieces of card advantage, 5 pieces of interaction, 2 board wipes, no graveyard hate, no sudden I win cards. Again, this deck is for a young teenager, so it's designed to be simple and straightforward. As he gets more comfortable with the deck, I intend to include some upgrades. For mana ramp, I'd add Ruby Medallion, Burgi, God of Storytelling, Gauntlet of Power, Cage Sun, Extraplanar Lens, and Mana Echoes. For card draw, I'd include a Skull Clamp and an Underworld Breach. For interaction, I'd add a Blood Moon, Reverberate, and Ruination. Finally, for the core of this deck, to deal as much damage as possible, I'd include a Shared Animosity, Furnace of Wrath, Fiery Emancipation, and Coat of Arms. Oh, and everyone's favorite, Panharmonicon. The only reason those cards weren't in the initial build of the deck was because of budget concerns. How would you build the deck? Keep in mind, this deck needs to be simple and straightforward. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. I'm doing a push and trying to post new videos every weekday for the next few months, so look forward to lots of new videos in the near future. Or you can click here for more Commander content. I've also started a Patreon. You can click the link below or go to patreon.com/Danon. Stay safe, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.